Start by stepping your feet close together, kneecaps face forward, hands in prayer, and take a deep breath. Set your intention for your practice. Lower the arms. Inhale, raise the arms high above you, look up. Exhale, fold, hands on the ground, look in towards your belly. Inhale, look up, look forward. Exhale, step the feet back into downward dog. You want your heels just kissing the mat barely, not resting and not far off the mat. If they're too far off the mat, you can always bend your knees. If you're a little more stiff, maybe you just alternate bending one knee at a time to loosen up. Deep breaths, in and out the nose. On your next inhale, step your feet forward, look up. Exhale, fold, look in towards your heart, maybe bend your knees. Inhale, arms go up, look up to the thumbs. Exhale, hands to the thighs. 3 more. Inhale to reach high, look up, ground through the feet. Opposing forces. Exhale, fold, hands to the ground, bend the knees if you'd like, look in towards your belly. Inhale, look forward, reach the spine forward. Exhale, step back to a down dog. Plant the hands firmly. All fingertip pads touch the ground, and the palm is flat. Maybe turn the fingers out a little bit if there's any pressure in the wrist. Gaze between the knees or between the thighs or toward the navel. On the next inhale, step forward, look up, reach the spine forward. Exhale, fold, look in towards your heart or belly. Inhale, stand, reach high, look up, stretch, stretch. Exhale, hands to the thighs. 2 more. Inhale, drop the tongue as you reach the arms high. Exhale, fold, hands to the ground, palms flat if you can, bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, look forward, reach from the crown to the tailbone. Exhale, step back to a downward dog. Opposing forces such as the palms push down and forward and the hips reach up and back. The heels press down and the toes lift up. Deep breath. Soften your tongue. Soften your mind. On your next inhale, step forward, look up. Maybe walk your feet forward instead of a big step. And exhale, fold, look in. Deep Ujjayi sound. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up to the thumbs. Exhale, hands to thighs. Last, Sun Salute A. Deep inhale as you reach the arms up, straighten the arms, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, fold with control, look in. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, step to down dog. Warming up the body, opening up the lungs, getting some fresh air in the bloodstream to feel energized. Let your yoga practice feel really good, even in the stressful situations, the stressful poses. Let it feel really good that you're challenging yourself, that you're creating new possibilities with your body. Fully complete your exhale and then inhale, step or walk or jump your feet forward, look up. Exhale, fold, look in towards your heart. Keep pressure in the hands on the ground. Inhale, stand, reach up, look up, stretch the hands from the feet. Exhale, hands to thighs. Sun Salute B variation. On an inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, palms to the ground, look in. Inhale, look forward, reach the chest forward. Exhale, step the left leg back and down. And then inhale, straighten both legs into a pyramid pose, reach the chest forward. Exhale, back knee comes down. Elbows go back and then up on the inhale. Reach tall. Exhale, interlace the fingers over the front knee, head towards the knee. Inhale, push the chest away, look back and up, soften the shoulders. And On your exhale, palms to the ground. Step back and lower down from the knees to a low push-up. Look forward. Inhale, upward facing dog. Look up and back. Point the feet. And on an exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. We just do 2 sun salute Bs, and the next one we'll hold for longer. So this is to become familiar with the sequence of this variation of sun salutation B. When you've finished your out breath, on the inhale, step the right leg forward, drop to the back knee, arms go up. And then exhale, twist to the right, left elbow outside the right knee. Look behind you, deep breath. Soften the toes. Inhale, face forward, palms to the heart. Exhale, swim your way, feet together, forward fold. Inhale, arms go up, reach tall. And exhale, fold. Inhale, look up and forward, reach the chest forward. Exhale, step the right leg back and touch the back knee. Inhale, straighten both legs and fold forward over the front leg, chest forward. Inhale, exhale, back knee down. Inhale, the arms go back and then up. And exhale, interweave the fingers over the front knee, head towards the knee. Inhale, push the chest away, look back and up, lengthen the neck. Exhale, palms to the floor or ground, step back, lower down from the knees to a low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Point the feet, straighten the legs strong. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Tuck the chin in towards the manubrium, which is the space between the collarbones where the collarbones meet the sternum. Feel a constriction or a narrowing of the vocal folds to create a deep ujjayi sound. Soften your gaze. Inhale, step the left leg between the hands, back knee down, arms go up. Exhale, twist to the left, the right arm outside the left knee. Look behind you, deep breath. Inhale, face forward, hands to prayer. Exhale, swim your feet together at the front of the mat, standing forward fold. Inhale, stand, bend the knees, arms go up, straighten the legs, and exhale, the hands go to the thighs. Second set. Bend the knees deep, arms go up, inhale, look up. Exhale, fold, straighten the legs, palms to the ground, look in towards your heart. Inhale, look up and forward. Exhale, step the left leg back and touch the back knee. Inhale, straighten both legs, turn the back foot to a 45. Keep the hands on the ground for 5 breaths in pyramid pose. Square the hips, push forward with the inside of the right foot, lift the right kneecap, and push forward with the outside edge of the back foot. Find opposing forces where you're pushing and pulling in different directions, lengthening the joint spaces in your body. On an exhale, take the left leg back deeper and drop to the back knee. Inhale, the arms go back and then up for 5 deep, long breaths. Press the palms together using your chest muscle. Gaze beyond the thumbs up into the sky. Soften the feet. Gently push the back foot into the ground. Exhale, interlace the fingers over the front knee, head towards the knee. Keep the elbows in towards the body. Round the spine greatly. Tuck the chin and feel the strong sensation of the sciatic nerve down the left thigh. Deep breaths. Inhale, push the chest away and look back and up. Locate your scapula. Find your arms. How are your arms gesturing here to assist you in locating your spine? Relax the jaw to lengthen the neck. Open the platysma muscle at the front of the throat. Exhale, palms to the ground, step back, lower down from straight legs or bent knees, whatever you prefer. Inhale, upward facing, look way up and back, point the legs, straighten. Exhale to a downward dog. Going to do a three-legged dog here. Step your feet together on an exhale and inhale the left leg back and up. Keep the left foot pointed. Try to make a straight line of energy from the palms to the left heel. Reach the heel away. So now the opposing force is the heel reaching up and away and the palms pressing down and forward. Exhale, the foot comes down. And then inhale the right foot forward between the hands. Back knee down, arms go up. And exhale, twist to the right, left elbow outside the right knee. Look behind you. Maybe catch the foot if that's possible for you. Lengthen the distance from the right shoulder to the right hip. Push the left knee away from the left shoulder, down and away, into the ground. Soft face. Complete your exhale, and on the inhale, face forward, hands to prayer. Exhale, swim your feet together at the front of the mat. Look in towards your belly. Inhale, reach up, arms go up, reach, 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 reach. And exhale, fold palms to the ground, look in towards your heart. You can always bend your knees in forward folds. Inhale, look forward, reach the chest forward. Exhale, step the right leg back, drop to the back knee, just touch the knee, and then inhale, straighten both legs, turn the back foot to a 45, and reach your torso out and over the front leg. Feel the belly pull in and up, and the belly reaches out over the front thigh. Push the front leg away from the inner foot. Push the back foot away from the outer foot. Soften the tongue. On an exhale, take the back foot a little further back, drop the back knee. Inhale, the arms go back and up. 5 breaths. Try to lock the elbows with the triceps, straighten the arms and reach them higher to help you develop the straight arm scapula strength, which we'll need in some handstands that we do later. And if ever you lose your balance, just continue to focus on the breath, the rhythm and pace of your breath. Let that be the focus and not the geometry of your body. Exhale, interweave the fingers over the front knee, head towards the knee. Gently pull forward with the front hamstring and push down with the back foot. Relax the elbows into the sides. And feel the mid-trapezius region, the upper middle back expand. Inhale, push the chest away, look back and up. Keep the lips together and the jaw open. Look between the eyes or behind you and stretch the front of the neck and the front of the chest. Use the arms to push the thigh away. Deep breaths. Exhale, palms to the ground. Step back and do the same kind of vinyasa you did to the first side. Full deep breaths, please. And then step your feet together from down dog. Exhale. Inhale the right leg back and up. Point the right foot, 3-legged dog. And reach the right heel away from the front hands. Keep the chin tucked and gaze towards the standing knee. On an exhale, lower the leg and then inhale the left leg between the hands. Back knee down, arms go up. Exhale into the twist, the right elbow outside the left knee. Look behind you, deep breath. And if you catch the foot, go for it on maybe an inhale. I find the best. Continue to turn the head and look out of the left corners of your eyes. Deepen the twist with each exhale. Expand the chest with each inhale. Drive the back knee down. Inhale, face forward, hands to prayer. Exhale, swim the feet together. Forward fold. Inhale, stand, arms go up. Exhale, hands to thighs. Utkatasana, the chair pose. Bend the knees. Inhale as the arms go up high. Palms press together to engage the pectoralis muscles. Most of the weight is in the balls of the foot and stamp the heels down into the ground. It's not a sacrum crunching, it's a sacrum lengthening. Reach for the sky, look towards the thumbs. The hands could be apart and look to the horizon if there's any pinching in the neck. Deep breaths. Feel the tummy pull into the spine. And on the exhale, straighten the legs, fold, plant the hands, touch the head to the shins. And on an inhale, bend the elbows and try to touch your heels to your butt. Maybe you can inhale all the way to a press handstand. The idea is just to lift into a kind of planche for maybe a few breaths. It could be as simple as just pour weight into the hands and the feet stay on the ground, but a lot of weight is poured into the hands. If you make your way up to a handstand or you're continuing to try your handstand, we'll do for another breath or two. And finally, when you're ready, on an exhale, you'll either lower down from your handstand or step your feet back into a chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing, look up and back, point the legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we're going to step into triangle pose, step the right leg forward, pivot the back heel to a 45. The right arm goes to the right ankle, left hand to the sky. You could look down to the horizon or up to the top thumb is the final expression of the pose. Engage both thighs. Find your pelvis. How are your legs expressing themselves to clarify the spine? Deep breaths. And on an inhale, reach the top arm straight away from the hips so you make a new yantra symbol, a new yantra sign, a new geometric shape with your body. Reach with the top arm, the left hip away from the left hand. And on your next exhale, take the left hand behind the back to grab the right inner thigh. Turn the head and gaze towards the left hip. You probably won't be able to see the hip, but you're looking towards it. That's where you're sending your awareness. Grip the ground with your feet with the toes relaxed. Deep breaths, soft tongue. And on an exhale, bend the right leg to bring the right hand to the ground. And inhale, reach the left hand overhead. Aim to make a straight line from the left heel to the left hand. The right hand could be palm flat or on the fingertips. You can even place a block or a support under the hand to get more height. Gaze towards the top hand. Deep breaths. Reach. Opposing forces. On the exhale, take the right hand slightly in front and to the side of the right foot. And inhale up to a half moon. Point the left foot. Reach it away from the left shoulder. Open the pelvis, open the chest. You can look down, that helps with balance, or to the horizon, or eventually maybe to the top hand. You can also put a block under the right hand. If ever balance loses itself, just stay focused on the rhythm of the breath. The breath is more important than the balance. Feel the right thigh engage and articulate. Exhale, lower the back leg down, and inhale up to a reverse warrior. That is, left hand behind the back to the right inner thigh. The right hand reaches over with a straight, locked right elbow, the elbow bandha. Gaze beyond the right hand. Lunge deeply, soften the toes, and push out through the outer edge of the back foot. And on the exhale, return the hands to the mat. Inhale, exhale to a low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, we'll return to triangle, but on the left side. Pivot the back heel down, left foot forward, left hand to left ankle, reach the right hand to the sky. Gaze to the same place that you did on the other side. Tuck the left butt cheek under your pelvis. Push out through the inside of the left foot and the outside edge of the back foot. Feel your foot arches articulate on the ground. Soften your tongue and soften your gaze. Let it be splendid, magnificent. Reach, inhale, the right arm away from the right hip, straight line from the right hand to the right hip. Gaze towards the top hand or to the horizon without pinching the neck at all. Keep it long. Feel the ribcage expand and lengthen on both sides. On your next exhale, the right hand behind the back to the left inner thigh. Turn the head and gaze towards your right hip point. Continue to push the feet away from each other and locate those opposing forces in each and every pose. On the exhale, lunge deep on the left leg. Maybe you take the right leg further back. Plant the hand or be on fingertips. Side angle, Parshvakonasana. Same variation you did to the first side. We're aiming for a straight line, but sometimes it doesn't happen. On the exhale, left hand in front to the side of the left foot. Inhale, hop up to a half moon pose. Point the right leg. You should be able to look down your body and see your right toes. Reach the arms away from each other. The scapula suck in towards the midline, stamp against the rib cage, and they're heavily weighted down towards the hips. On the exhale, bend the left knee, softly return the back foot, and inhale up to reverse warrior or moon warrior. Right hand behind the back to the left inner thigh. If you can't reach the inner thigh, just grab the shorts or whatever your pants are. Gaze beyond the left hand. Lunge and reach, opposing forces. The lunge opposes the reach. On the exhale, return hands to the mat. You can take an extra breath or all on one exhale, lower to a push-up. Inhale, upward facing, look up and back, point the legs. And exhale to downward facing dog. We're going to do a dolphin pose here and eventually to a Pincha Mayurasana, which is a forearm balance. Continue to breathe in down dog. Recovering, restoring, lifting the hips towards the sky. Push the hands away. And on an exhale, see if you can't lower to both forearms simultaneously. You could stay in the dolphin pose, or maybe you hop one leg up to a forearm balance. There's many techniques for forearm balance, so just getting yourself up there is most of the fun. Always do this away from a wall so that if you fell over, you don't hit your knees on the wall. Always the inhale on the going up and the exhale on the coming down. Look between the forearms on the exhale, lower down, and try to push back into a down dog when you come back. If you were in dolphin, just push back up to a down dog on the inhale. And inhale, step the knees forward, sit on the ankles, and find a comfortable meditative pose. One hand rests on top of the other, thumbs touching, Jnana Mudra, the mudra of spiritual wisdom. Soften your tongue and soften your gaze. Contemplate your heart rate. Bring your conscious awareness back into your central axis, the glorious nadi known as Sushumna, from the base of the pelvis up through the crown of the head. Sushumna is where all of the chakras of the meridian rest upon. You could think of it as the spinal cord, but it's finer than a single thread of a spider's web, more brilliant than 1,000 burning suns. We're going to a cobra variation, so find your way to your belly. Plant the hands like you were in a low push-up, and inhale, lift the chest towards the sky. Feel the chest broaden and open like a cobra's hood. Point the feet and zip up the legs. Upper inner thighs rotate towards the sky. That's an internal rotation of the femurs. The feet press down into the ground to help lift the chest. Gaze between the eyes or up. Little to no weight on the hands. Second variation, exhale the hands back, palms face up. That is, the back of the fingers touch the ground. Continue to open and broaden the scapula like a cobra's hood. Soft gaze, deep breath, relax the jaw, push the feet down. Third variation, inhale the fingers out to the side, arms out to the side. Fingers barely touch the ground, plugging in like little spider fingers. Externally rotate the arms, the triceps face forward. Armpits face forward. When you're ready, inhale to a upward facing dog and go through your vinyasa. Make your way back to your belly. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale to your belly. We'll do a couple more cobra variations. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Separate the legs. Point the legs like a dancer. And inhale, lift the chin and chest. Lift the elbows. Press the feet down into the ground and Shoot the energy out through the toes. Make your body long and your chest broad and proud. And then invert the wrists, interlace the fingers, and reach the hands out in front of you. Reach, reach, reach. You can reach more. Reach more. Reach more in deep breaths. This is worth it. Yeah. Exhale. Inhale to a locust, full locust. Lift the legs off the ground. Lift the chin and chest. Try to touch the back of your head to the back of your legs. Oh, yeah. And exhale, return the hands and toes. Inhale, go through upward facing, and then complete your vinyasa. Going to do three-legged dog variation C. Inhale the left leg up and back. And on the exhale, bend the knee, lift the leg higher. Some people call this dog peeing on a hydrant. Lock both elbows, lock the standing knee, look under the left armpit, lift the left knee higher, helps you back bend. Push out through the hands, deep breaths. Drop the tongue. And on the inhale, you'll return to a three-legged dog, straighten the left leg, and exhale, return the foot. Inhale, the right leg goes back and up to three-legged dog variation A. And on the exhale, bend the knee and take a twist into peeing dog or three-legged dog variation C. I prefer the latter. Lift the right knee higher, relax the right ankle. Push out, especially through the left arm. And now push especially out through the right arm. Keep the standing knee facing forward. Inhale the leg back to three-legged dog. Exhale, return to down dog. We're going back to our belly. Inhale through plank. You can always drop to your knees. Exhale, lower to your belly. Bow pose, Dhanurasana. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, kick yourself towards the butt and reach back for your toes, ankles, shins. The lower towards the knees, the deeper the back bend. And the closer to the toes, the more of a chest stretch. Kick into the hands. Keep your feet close together. I touch my feet so that my psoas stretches equally on both sides. Lift the legs, lift the knees, lift the chest, look up, deep breaths. Lifting and breathing, lifting and breathing. Balance on the navel. And on an exhale, lower down, plant the hands and toes. Inhale, upward facing, and complete your vinyasa. Going to do a twisted dog here, so separate the feet and step a bit closer towards your hands. Maybe even bring the hand closer to the midline. Exhale the right hand to the left ankle. The palm faces out. If you can't reach the heel or the ankle, just grab the calf or the knee. The goal is to have all four limbs locked and straight. Plant the hand. Feel the base of the left first knuckle gripping the ground. Maybe you try for a two-legged dog. As you find your balance, slide your right leg over to meet your left, and then try to lift your right leg up. It's not necessary, it's total variation just for fun and balance. Soften your gaze and keep all four limbs straight. The breath is much more important than the balance or the shape. Exhale, return the foot, and inhale, return the right hand, and exhale to the other side. Feel the hips rise away from the right hand as you slide the left leg over to meet the right, maybe, or just stay in the three-legged twisted dog. As the left leg comes closer to the right leg, maybe you can lift it off the ground towards the sky like a three-legged dog. Reach, keep the left leg locked and reach out through the toes. Exhale, return the leg. Inhale, return the hand to normal down dog. Take a breath. We're coming to seated poses. Point the feet, exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, step your legs forward. Maybe you hop through if you know how to do that. Straighten the legs and plant the hands next to your hips. Pull the toes back, lift the kneecaps. Lift the upper chest. Pull the upper thoracic towards the chin. Grounding through the hands. You're not putting any real weight in the hands. You're just grounding. Try to lock the elbows. Almost as if you're trying to lift Try to lift the legs off the ground to create these little butterflies in your lower belly. When you're ready, inhale, bend the right knee in towards the left inner thigh. Bind the left foot. Inhale to look up and exhale to fold. Let the fold first happen from the pelvis and then the spine rounds. First the pelvis, then the spine rounds. And always continue to return to the intelligence of your lower belly. The lower belly pulls you forward. Lock the left leg. If you need to bend your left leg, that's okay. Inhale, look up while holding the foot. Exhale, plant the right hand behind your butt. And inhale, lift the hips into the counter pose. This is a baby fallen triangle or supported fallen triangle. Try to lock the left leg, reach the left hand overhead, lock the left arm, look to the top hand or to the horizon. It's a back bend and an arm balance. Plant firmly the right palm. And exhale, return down to Dandasana position. And inhale, bend the left leg into the right inner thigh, catch the top foot. And exhale, fold from the pelvis first and then round. You'll see the binds that I'm doing here in the video is the straight leg side hand on bottom, bent leg side hand on top. This helps to correct any spinal twist that happens because one of the legs is bent. We're aiming to get the head towards the knee, but that doesn't always happen. You can also bend the right leg if you're blessed with a little stiffness today. Inhale, look up, extend, extend, extend. And exhale, plant the left hand next to the left butt, fingers face back. Inhale to the counter pose, baby fallen triangle. Keep the right foot planted firmly. Push out through the left knee, reach out through the right arm. It's a back bend and an arm balance. Pretend as if you're doing a one-handed handstand. How refined would your touch be with your left hand? And exhale all the way to your back. Inhale, bend the knees, plant the feet, and lift the hips. You could touch your ankles. Maybe you interlace your fingers behind your back and straighten your arms. My preferred favorite is bending the elbows and stamp the back of the arms, the triceps into the ground. Tuck the chin, keep the head on the ground. Gaze towards your sternum or your nose tip. And exhale, lower the hips down. Inhale, feet to the sky first. Plant the hands, exhale, roll your legs overhead towards a plow pose. If your feet don't touch the ground, continue to reach for plow. If they do touch the ground, maybe you'd like to inhale up to a shoulder stand. The hands should be flat on the back. Maybe they start with just the fingertips, but you're pushing to get the hands flat on the back. Push the arms down. No part of the spine should be touching the ground in shoulder stand. So maybe you have to squeeze your shoulders together and press the arms down into the ground so that you're resting on muscle, not on bone. You can point the feet, flex the feet, zip up the legs. There's many variations to shoulder stand. This is the basic. You could exhale down to a Baddha Konasana shape, which is feet together, knees apart. The key is to find your spine. How are your legs gesturing to locate your spine? How are your arms gesturing to clarify your spine? Another variation is just legs wide in an Upavishta Konasana shape. It's a straddle. Always be aware of the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha, the sacral plexus, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale up to shoulder stand, exhale down to plow. We'll hold plow for a couple breaths. If your feet touch, zip up the legs and push the feet into the ground. Tall spine. Reach the arms away. Plant the hands, undo the hands, and on an exhale, roll the spine down. We're coming up to reclining fish. Zip up the legs. Arch the back by pulling from the buttocks and touch the crown of the head to the ground. You can keep the hands on the ground, you can keep the legs on the ground, or if you want a more stronger fish, technically called Uttanapadasana, zip up the legs, point the feet, lift the feet higher, higher, higher. Lock the elbows, reach the hands further, further. Look towards the third eye. This is such a therapeutic pose. On an exhale, slide the head back. Inhale, bend the knees, plant the feet. We're going to do wheel here, Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward bow. Inhale the arms overhead. And exhale, bend the elbows and plant the hands towards the ears. Inhale, lift the hips, then the chest, then the head. Feel a firm connection with the entire palm and the entire foot. Don't lean on one side of the hand or one side of the foot. You want a full connection, a full expression of that grounding. We're aiming to lock the arms, but that's not the point. Maybe you come down to your head or all the way down, walk your hands in tighter. Feel an internal rotation of the thighs, where the inner thighs are rotating towards the ground. The IT band is rotating towards the sky. Flex the back to release the chest. Pull your feet towards your hands. Relax your neck. Relax your butt. Maybe one more time, lower to your head. You can always take a break and take child's pose or wind relieving pose. Last set of 5 breaths. Try to touch the chest behind you. Release your tongue. Breathe in inspiration and power. Exhale, lower down, touch the spine fully. Bring the knees in with the feet touching for a gentle wind relieving pose. Maybe roll out the knees for a little massage for your lower back, a little release. And as you begin rolling forward and back, eventually you roll up to seated. You can open to the side, or if you're not on dirt like I am in this video, maybe you just open to the front. This is Upavishta Konasana. The variation I'm doing here is on the elbows with the chin resting on the hands. Keep the feet pulled back to keep the quadriceps engaged, the kneecaps lift. You could do another variation, fold fully or be on the hands if you're not so open. You could use a block. Find a comfortable variation. If you're resting on the hands like me, I'm pushing the elbows away actively to engage the serratus. It's a protraction of the arms here because we're about to do a straddle press handstand. And inhale as you come up, and we'll take a mudra as you reach the hands to the sky and then bend the elbows and touch the trapezius. So the hands don't touch each other. You're just flexing your biceps and reaching the elbows high. You could even look up a little bit and touching the trapezius or the back of your shoulder blades. You could point or flex the feet. The idea is opposing forces here. You're reaching your elbows away from the pelvis and you're reaching your toes and feet also away from the pelvis. Exhale, plant the hands. We're doing a straddle press. Lift the legs. Exhale, roll forward. Inhale, push up. See the accompanying video for several variations on how to train for this. And reach the legs to the sky. Lock the elbows. Grip through all the knuckles and all the fingertip pads. Gaze between the hands. Reach, reach, reach. Posterior pelvic tilt. Find your lower belly. Zip up the legs. Point the feet. And exhale as you come down gracefully and find your seat. Then we'll bring our legs together facing the front of your mat. Bend the right leg and take the left leg over top into a Gomukhasana. You can help pull your knees together with your hands. You can sit on a block, bring a block between your legs. Find a comfortable variation. Plug your fingertips into the ground like a static charge and ground into the center of the earth. Tuck your chin and puff your chest. Relax your knees and hips. Clarify your spine using your femurs as a reference. On an inhale, reach the arms out to the side, and then exhale the right arm over top into eagle arms. Maybe you can double wrap or just single wrap. You could just pull the right shoulder across like a shoulder stretch that they would show in PE when I was in grade school. Gaze beyond the forearms, reach the elbow slightly up and away. Deep breaths, soften the tongue. And then on the exhale, maybe you choose for a third variation to reach the elbows forward. If having the bind is not comfortable, you can undo the bind or keep the bound arms, the eagle arms, and try to touch the ground with the elbows. If you're using your hands or your elbows, continue to push backwards to ground the hips even more. Always return to the spine as a reference. Inhale up, reach up. And exhale, lean back so that you can switch your legs. Another option is just to keep the bottom leg straight and cross the right leg over top. Plug in the fingertips, puff the chest, and tuck the chin. Soften your tongue and feel the center of your tongue line underneath the soft palate. with a deep sense of relaxation all the way down into the heart, the tongue and the heart, communication from a place of deep self-appreciation. Inhale the arms out to the side. Exhale, wrap the left arm over top of the right until eagle arms. Same variation you did to the first side, whatever that is. Look beyond the hands. Reach the elbows away and slightly up. You could stay here, or if you choose, maybe you exhale and fold forward. You could undo the arms or even keep the eagle arms. Ground your hips by pushing forward and inhale the prana, the upward expanding gesture. Exhale the apanic flow down the back towards the pelvis, grounding and earthy. Inhaling up the front body, expanding the chest. Exhaling down. And finally, inhale up to seated. And when you're ready, exhale. Undo all your twisted limbs and find Sukhasana, or just some comfortable cross-legged pose. Maybe you have a lotus or anything comfortable. You could sit on a block. Like here, I'm sitting on my sweater to give a little elevation so my hips are above my knees, and to encourage a slight extension, a little back bend in the lower back is healthy and more comfortable. Any comfortable hand position, I just rest the back of my hands on the knees. Sometimes the palms could face down, or rest your hands in your lap, or any other arm gesture or hand gesture you know. Deep Ujjayi breathing. That is the breath of sound, the breath of victory, the ocean-sounding breath. Feel, hear, sense a stream of air channeled and directed over the back of your tongue. A deep, resonant throat sound, almost like a gentle snore. Soften your forehead as you breathe in and out, gently extending the duration of each inhale and exhale as you become more aware of your heart rate, and of your breath pattern. Deepen the experience of your own breath. In, and out. Out. Continue the visualization of inhaling up the front body with an expansive gesture, a pattern of expansion, the pranic pattern. And exhale down the back body, descending to the tailbone, the pelvic floor, the contractile pattern. We're seeking to join together the expanding and the contracting, the prana and the apana, the yang and the yin, together within us along Sushumna, the central axis, the most glorious nadi of the body. Deep, resonant breaths. As the breath lengthens in duration, its intensity softens. So eventually the Ujjayi sound becomes barely distinguishable, always noticeable, though hard to distinguish, with a constant pulling in of the lower belly, the Uddiyana Bandha, just a gentle firming of the lower belly, a gentle lifting of the pelvic floor, and a deep awareness of the breath sensation as it passes over the throat. This is a preparation for deeper experiences of pranayama. And we've spent the last 45 or 50 minutes clearing the energy channels. Continue to breathe as you take advantage of your cleared energy channels. Your body has experienced a lot of manipulation in the last 45 minutes. And the energy may flow more freely now if you direct your mind there and you surrender to the experience of deep breathing with the Ujjayi sound. Soften the tongue from the roof of the mouth. And you can continue to breathe deeply in this pattern. Maybe even count your breaths, maybe count the duration of your breaths. Eventually, maybe you finish the focus of the breath and you do your meditation practice, or exhale to lie back in your final resting pose. And this would conclude your level 6 practice. Always, when you're finished your breathing and you're finished your savasana, your final resting pose, roll to one side and rest for a few breaths before you finally sit up very cautiously and carefully to deeply integrate the calm that you've just given yourself. And express a little gratitude when you've finished your yoga practice for the ability to even practice this kind of yoga and the support system that has enabled you to be here and now. I accept you as you are. Namaste.